The score did not reflect that schedule, so I took some Let Me Sleep. The study, Erica. Like, she's a little bit crazy. She's a little bit rude. This Tylenol. That haziness, that dizziness that you feel on test day, where it's like, if they try to talk to me, then I'll flat out ignore them while I'm taking my exam. That's not funny. Definitely achieved the hurt and the pain there. I just want to go ahead and get started so I can be done by lunch. That to me just feels impossible right now. I'm like, there's no way. I would take you guys along a little bit of my day today, just because I haven't done a psych soch section yet of this new like MCAT plan that I have. I put on some sunscreen because last night I decided to start using retinol again. Anyways, I turned on the camera because you guys would not believe the night that I had. Low-key, I just couldn't go to sleep because I took a nap yesterday. As we all know, I fell asleep and I was like, I don't know. Like, I recognized that I was asleep, but I didn't know. And once I knew, I was too deep in the trenches to try to wake up. And it was kind of a long one, but my sleep has been so inconsistent. And something that I'm learning about the Oura Ring is that it doesn't care what time, like how long you sleep or how long you're in bed. If you don't go to bed at a good time, your score is still bad. And so, although I feel rested, you have to go to sleep at a decent time. And I could not yesterday because, like, I stopped studying at 9:20, which you guys saw. But due to the fact that I took a nap, I couldn't go to sleep. Sorry, my brain's, like, misfiring 100 miles per minute. But, yeah, so my ring's not happy with me. I'm not happy with it. It's like, what's going on? And it'll be like, I just have to remember I can't take naps and no, like, coffee after a certain time. I'm pretty sure the refresher didn't help, but honestly, I feel like it was definitely the nap that, like, did me in. But, yeah, I'm getting ready to go to a coffee shop. Me and Caitlin are supposed to hang out tomorrow, but it's supposed to snow tomorrow, and I already hate the cold. I don't want to have to drive in the snow, so I texted her this morning and I was like, do you just want to hang out today? So we'll see what she says. I think it's supposed to start snowing pretty early though, or at least raining. And I just don't want to be on the roads while it's icy. Like, I checked yesterday because I started thinking about it. So hopefully she wants to do something today. But I just thought I'd tell you guys it's pretty late for me. It's not to sound like a pick-me. It's 9:39. Like, I understand that that's still early. But I'm thinking about it in relativity to the rest of my day. I might only get 2 good study sessions in today instead of 3. So it's not that I'm like, 9 o'clock is so late. It's the fact that 9 o'clock is late in comparison to the plan that I have in my head. So I'm gonna have to adjust my study schedule a little bit. Probably just start waking up at like 6. I feel like 6 is safe. 5 is a little hard for me, obviously, to do consistently. And since this exam is, you have to prepare for it so far out, you have to choose consistent patterns over unstable patterns. That's what I'm telling myself. But that's all I really came on here to say. I'll let you guys know how my thing goes, what my score looks like. I have 5 more questions to review of chemistry today. I need to find some sort of hat to put on so I don't catch a cold or something. See you guys later. Let's talk about today's scores because I need to get some things off my chest. It's Wednesday. No, it's Thursday because I'm filming on Friday. And I did my psych soch section for the first time and I've been telling you guys, oh, it's my best section. The score did not reflect that. It did not. It did not. And I know what it was. There was a lot of choices where I was like, oh my gosh, it's between A and C or B and D or A and B. You get it down to like 2 options. And I chose the wrong one more times than not. 2, time is always a really big thing for me. I try to practice and emulate it as close as possible to test day as I can. So if I am doing chemistry and cars, then I'll do chemistry first and then cars. If I'm doing biology and cars, then I do cars first and then biology. So today I did cars first and then I did psych soch. And I know notice that kind of works for me. But today I'm also really, really tired. So tired. I didn't fall asleep last night until like 2 a.m. I woke up at 7, fell back asleep because I was like, I can't do it. Like, my sleep has just been off. We've been going over this. So I'll talk about my goals at the end. But yeah, so that was kind of bothering me, but it kind of helped because I felt that haziness, that dizziness that you feel on test day where it's like you just finished biochem and you're like, I don't care what I put down. I don't care. Like, you want to do good, obviously, but psych sesh is one of those sections too where, like, at least for me, like, I'm just reading and clicking. Like, there's not really that much thought, like, second guessing going on. Like, my first answer is just what I pick, which most of the time when I like study the terms and I'm kept up on my terms, which I also haven't been doing that, then it works out perfectly for me. But there was also a lot of like sociology. I had very few topics that I'm like used to seeing. So there was a little bit of the learning, but there was a lot of like sociological stuff. So demographic transitions, life course. There was a question about deviant behavior and I literally remember the flashcard and I was like, oh, but I couldn't, like, I just remember seeing the word on the flashcard and like kind of like other words, but it didn't make sense with the question. So I was like, frick. So it'll be good to go back through it. I feel like there's two ways that you can look at any situation. You can either look at it and see, oh my gosh, I scored 50%. I don't know 50% of this. I can't remember what the average score was, but I was well below the average score. So like, I don't even know as much as the average person would have taken on this exam. Like, this sucks, or however your world calculates that. Or you can look at it as, you know what, this is my first time and I knew 50% of the information and I'm kind of happy that it happened this way because now I won't get these things wrong. Like, it's better to get, I guess, quote unquote, lower scores now than like 2 weeks before my exam. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I need to start doing my terms every single day. I need to start doing flashcards every single day for at least an hour, 2 hours, but I have not been able to do that because I've been focusing on questions. So I need to revamp my UWorld schedule. And one of my goals of 2024 is to complete UWorld. But I'm still going to aim for that, but I think I'm going to cap myself at, I don't know. I need more time to think about it. Like, part of me is like, okay, like doing 60 questions each day I think I'm just going to keep it to chemistry, physics, biochem, psych, soc. Keeping it there is fine. Like, I don't think that I need to do 60 questions of cars. I think that doing, like, working my way up in passages, and then maybe, like, for the full exams, like, that'll be me practicing my cars the full way through. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. But a part of me is like, okay, what if you cap it at 45? Like, is that so bad? Like, you're still working on timing. You're still doing majority of the section, like, but I don't know. So I'm like, I know that I need to revamp my Excel sheet. I just don't know, like, what I'm gonna do. You know, I know that I need to. Don't know what I'm going to do because I couldn't imagine doing what I'm doing right now, doubling it for all the weeks to come. So I need to think about that. I'm on my break right now though, and it's going to take me a few minutes to like get out of that study mode. I also was there for so long today. I had some people call me and things like that, and I just felt foggy in the brain in the beginning of me studying. Reviewing those chemistry questions that I had yesterday, 5 of them took me basically the full hour. I did like 10 minutes of flashcards, 5 minutes of flashcards at the end. So I need to figure out a better balance because I do need to start doing flashcards for at least 2 hours. So maybe I like do that in my room in the morning and then I head out to study. I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Or maybe like 1 hour at the beginning of the day, 1 hour at the end of the day. I don't really know. But that's kind of where my brain is. I have a lot of thinking to do between now and like next week because I need to revamp. Tomorrow I am doing the half length. As I told you guys, it'll be chemistry, physics, and cars. But at the same time, I do see a benefit of doing a certain amount of questions each day. I also am telling myself it's my first week. Like, you know, you'll adapt. You'll get better at it. Soon you'll be getting majority of them right. So reviewing won't take so long and like your time will get better, like speeding through them. That's what I'm telling myself. And I don't know. I do know that next week I'm supposed to move everything up 45 questions except for psych soc. I think that stays, which I did 45 questions today and it was hard. It was challenging, which is what I wanted because 30 questions felt too easy. So definitely achieved the hurt and the pain there. But yeah, I think I might do another week of 30. yeah, I also need to review some topics in physics and general chemistry. So like I think what I'm gonna do is, my schedule right now has me doing chemistry, physics, or biochem twice. I might half that and use the rest of that day to study. So like Mondays I do chemistry, physics, Tuesdays I do biochem, Wednesdays I go back to one of the two. So instead of doing 30, I'll do 15, or instead of doing 45, I'll do like 20 something, you know? And I feel like that might be better, but at the same time, me downing my questions is going to push the schedule down, but I'm fine with that because the last week I have like no new questions to look over, is how it like planned out when I was planning it the first time. So I don't know. I do know that a month out though, I need to start looking at AAMC stuff, but if I have a few year world questions left over, like I'll probably end up doing them. That's where my mind's at. That was a long ramble, but that's how today went. I definitely have to change it, and I genuinely don't know how I'm going to change it or stay sane with all these questions. I saw this TikTok today of this girl like on TikTok explaining how she got her score, and it had to be rage bait. It had to be. Homeschool, it said that she did 230 questions a day. Part of me is like, that's not possible, but then part of me is like, maybe it is. Maybe I'm the weakling. But I do know one thing for sure, two things for certain. That ain't finna be me. 230 questions a day? You're doing a full length a day. There's no way you're reviewing those. There's no way. If you're doing it under time conditions, there's no way. And so I see stuff like that and it kind of makes me feel bad for a second until I like use logic. But then I'm like, maybe I'm being a hater. Like maybe there are people out there that are doing like 230 questions a day. Me, I'm gonna cap myself at about, I don't know, anywhere between 40 to 59. I feel like I want to do a section a day because I feel like that will be good. But at the same time, that's a lot for me, on top of my cards passages that I have to do, on top of reviewing, on top of doing Anki, because I need to start doing my Anki, like completing it. So I don't know, but that TikTok, I literally saw it too on my break and I was like, ain't no freaking way this person is saying that they're doing 230 questions a day. Like it can't be. Like at some point I am like, okay, this is the only reason my brain's obsessing over it. Because I'm like, if they're able to do 230 questions a day, am I being a weakling? Am I not preparing well enough? But genuinely, I even think at my most prepared self to a full length a day, oh no. It about sent me into a spiral in the coffee shop. Luckily for me, I don't like to cry in front of people, so I was like, can't cry. And it's probably not true. But I hate saying that because it's like, am I a hater? No, I want everyone to do good on this stupid exam. I want everyone to do good in every single avenue of their life. But 230 questions a day? I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know. I can't do that. A day? Like, I think if someone was like, oh, do 100 questions a day, I would struggle, but I feel like that's a little bit more feasible. Or even the people who are like, oh, I'm doing like anywhere between 40 to 60 or 40 to 80. Like, okay. But like 230? Dude. And we're not even talking about like straightforward, discrete questions. We're talking about passages. There's no freaking way. Like I'm not believing it, but the fact that I even saw it really set me off, as you can tell. So I'm just in my head. This is why I try not to look at other people's schedules, but I do think that it's helpful. Because I do think you need to have some sort of pressure with yourself when studying for exams like this, or anything really. You need to have other people around you, or like be able to observe from a helpful perspective glance other people who are in your perspective field or are already there trying to get there. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like sometimes as humans in general, you can get very complacent, very happy in your consistency and not try to do better. So that's why I look. But at the same time, I'm reminded. I remember one time someone told me, they commented on one of my videos, not YouTube, TikTok, and they were like, oh my gosh, I can send you my study guide. I got a 572. And I was like, yeah, send it over. If you know, you know. The highest is a 528, baby. At least if you're gonna try to scam me, look up the basics of the exam. I didn't respond though, because I was like, oh, don't set me off. But yeah. That's how my day is going. I'm telling myself it's going to be fine, it's going to be okay, because it is. But I also want to make sure that I'm pushing myself to do the best that I can do. But when I think about it, so many people who I like watch online that are in med school and they're studying for like step 1, which I know it's not the same thing or even in the same ballpark of difficulty, because I cannot imagine. I mean, it's gonna be me one day, but like for right now, you know, they're doing like 40 blocks at a time. You're telling me that people are like, oh, now to do well, you need to at least be doing like 100 questions a day. 100? Guys, that's basically a section, and like it's over half. A section and 3/4 of the problems. A section and then another 3/4 of another section every single day. You're basically doing half links every single day. That to me just feels impossible right now. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And I need to stop obsessing over it, because if that's what that person really did, then great. I'm happy for them, and I'm happy that they got the score that they needed. I just took off my shoes. That's why I shifted down a level. Then whatever. But that's not my journey. That's not my story. But for some reason, when I saw that today, I was like, ugh. You're telling me that what I'm doing is not enough? I don't know. I'm really contemplating. I'm like, do you need to be doing 59 questions every single day? And for how long are you planning on doing 59 questions every single day? Because genuinely, I don't want to burn myself out. And I don't think that I am right now. Like, I think I'm just frustrated with... I'm happy that I'm doing my questions and completing my reviews in a day. Sometimes I have like 2 or 3 questions, 5 questions left over the next day. I still count it as majority reviewed. But I'm not getting anything else did. And I guess I'm doing more than 30 because I have the cars as well. But like, you get the point. But I'm not getting anything else done. Like, I'm barely going to the gym. I went to the gym once. Well, I go tonight, but I went once this week. Like, I don't know. I think that there's just a fine line that I need to find, and I'm gonna have to be okay with that. Whether I am doing 30 questions a day, like, if I see my score increasing, that has to be good enough for me, and I just have to leave it at that, no matter what people on the internet are saying. And if I decide to do 59 questions, then that's my thing to bear. So, I don't know, but I just want to make sure that I'm not a shell of a human when I come out of this. So, those are where my thoughts are. I will take a look at my UWorld schedule this weekend, but for right now, I'm just going to continue doing what I've been doing for the rest of the week and then reevaluate. Another goal that I have is I need to work on my sleep schedule. I need to cut off coffee at a certain time, but it's so hard to study at night without a little fun drink. So I need to figure that out. And then I need to I think a cutoff time at 9:15, I've really been liking that. So I think I'm going to stick to it, because that allows me to get in bed at a certain time. But I need to actually be going to bed within the 45 minutes, be asleep by 10. And that's just not happening, because I'm showering, I'm scrolling on TikTok, I'm watching videos that I missed. But I feel like that's human of me, because I'm not watching anything throughout the day, really. I'm not going on TikTok throughout the day. My main priorities are studying. So just a lot of thoughts flowing around, gotta figure it out. Week 1 is almost complete. I'm very overall happy, but I do think that some adjustments need to be made in the future. And I think that whatever I decide, one, I can always change it. So if I'm whipping through the 30 questions and scoring 80s and 90%, then yeah, obviously I could pick up the pace. But it makes no sense for me to pick up my 30 questions and go to 45 if I'm scoring 30s and 50s right now. So I think I'm just going to have to cope with that. I really want to finish UWorld, but at the end of the day, if I get to 2,800 out of 3,000, that's complete in my book. We're 200 questions away. So we'll see, is my long answer. Long-winded update of today. I'm done for the night. I am trying my best to fix my sleep schedule. So I took some Let Me Sleep. I felt it, you can literally tell it in my eyes. I felt it 5 minutes in. I took it and then set my timer to study for 30 minutes, because it says take 30 minutes prior to bed. And I could really just fall asleep right now, so I'm gonna hurry up and say what I have to say so I can shower. I just confirmed, because I was like, dang, should it really be taking me this long to review questions? Because I did 45 questions today of Psych Soc, and granted, I probably spent, I'd say 2 hours on it. So it took me 45 questions. The amount of time on the MCAT that it gives you is 1 hour and 15 minutes. I probably finished in 50 minutes. So I know that whenever you review, it should take you that amount of time, at least at minimum. And some people say double. So if it's 1 hour and 15 minutes, it should take me about 2 hours and 30 minutes, which should be on track, because I feel another hour or so and I'll be finished reviewing. But I'm on question 25 of 45, so I have I'm a little bit over half. I just confirmed on Reddit. They say you're not supposed to go on Reddit. I like Reddit. I feel like the people up there keep it real with you, to be honest. Like, you can tell the people who are, like, basically, like, just clowning. Most people up there are very helpful. But, yeah, they were like, yeah, it takes me, like, basically 2 days max to review a full length. They're, like, 8 to 12 hours, which is so helpful because sometimes, and they're like, oh, the worst part about taking a practice exam is definitely reviewing. And it's so true. Like, I see it in my questions because not only do you have to take the questions, but you have to review them immediately for the most part. And so tomorrow I'm vlogging, so I'll see you guys literally in the morning. But my plan is to wake up early, head over to the coffee shop, and immediately I probably do like 15-ish minutes of Anki just to get my brain like flowing and just to allow myself to drink some of my coffee. I will be drinking my coffee while I take my exam. I understand that you can't drink during the practice exam, but like I won't do it if I like take my full lengths. I'll try to emulate as close to possible, but for the half lengths I don't really care, especially tomorrow's my first like one. So I'm gonna take a half length, and you might be thinking, what is a half length? Well, let me explain it to you. I feel like there's 2 ways you can do it. You either can do 30 questions of the science passages and then 26 questions of cars, which is what you might be expecting me to do. I'm going to do the chemistry physics part, and then next week I'll do the biochem psych soc part. So I'm going to do 59 questions of chemistry physics and then 53 questions of cars tomorrow, which ought to be interesting. So it'll be 3 hours of studying, I think, because an hour and a half, 10-minute break, hour and a half, and then me and Caitlin are supposed to meet up afterwards. She's literally coming to the coffee shop. So I'm gonna hurry up and go to bed because I literally am so tired, but I'm excited to actually be tired and go to sleep on time. I'm gonna pack up my bag, charge up my stuff, shower, go to bed, and I will see you guys in the morning so we can start the official vlog. I'll probably just talk to you in the morning, take my exam, and then we'll talk about like my week, how things are going, even though we already talked about it a little bit earlier today. Good night, guys. If I sound sick, it's because it's so cold. Like, when I tell you my body is rejecting this weather, it's supposed to snow today. I live in the South. I'm not gonna say we're not equipped for this because we've had snow many times. I feel like snow at Western and snow down here is just different because in the mountains the air is drier. Here the air like holds water. It just feels different. And the fact that like I have to like do my curly hair. I'm not gonna put I might put water on the roots, but like normally I like drench my hair and then add curly hair products to it. I just feel like if I do that today, I actually might, as the old folks would say it, catch my death. I'm not finna do that. It's currently 8:15. I'm walking so slow. Like, I'm slow walking my morning right now, and I need to, like, speed it up because I told Caitlin we could get lunch. But you guys know I have close to 59. What's 59 plus 53? I forgot my sister stole it. I mean, like, the hair is not bad. Thank goodness. It's second day hair, so it can be okay with a little bit less water. Yeah, but I need to hurry up. I like keep going back and forth in my mind. I'm like, there's no way I'm going out in this weather. Like, I'm just gonna stay home and study for a bit, or like stay home and like take the first practice, whatever, and then I'll go out when it's warmer. And then another part of me is like, it's not finna get warmer. So like, I think right now it's like 27 degrees. The highest is gonna get today is 38. Is there a difference between 27 and 38? Yes. Drastically, you know? Like, if the highest was 27 today, I don't think that I would be hanging out with anybody. I don't think that I would be leaving my house. Because why would I do that, you know? I'm kind of nervous that I made plans, just to be honest with you guys, because I don't want to have someone sitting there waiting on me or, like, watching me take an exam. But at the same time, I feel like part of growing in your friendships and like trusting your friends is to like for them to like see you at different aspects. I feel like none of my friends besides Melanie and like my friends that I had in college really know the study Erica. Like, she's a little bit crazy, she's a little bit rude. Callie knows her because she's always coming in while I'm studying. But like, I try to keep that separate because I am so serious about like school and like studying. I mean, I want it to be my career, obviously, but I feel like trusting my friends with this aspect of my life, at least Caitlin, will be good for me. Like, they'll get to see if they try to talk to me that I'll flat out ignore them while I'm taking my exam. That's not funny. You get what I'm saying? Like, most of the time for me too, it's like a half length. Like, I would not hang out with someone if I was taking a full length, you know what I'm saying? Or if I was like doing like a section that needed, granted these are two of my hardest sections, but I think that she'll come towards the end of it anyways. If I could hurry up and get going. If I could hurry up and get freaking going. Oh, I meant to tell you guys, I got the best sleep of my life. Not really, but it was really good sleep. Like, even my O-ring, I scored an 87. That's barely happened. Like, I think the highest score I've ever gotten is an 89. Can someone tell me if it goes over an 89? I've seen it, but like, is it true? Does it really go over an 89? Thank you. Let me sleep. Because I literally felt it after like 5 minutes of taking it. And I was like, yes. And then I was so drowsy. My mom was like, be careful in the shower. But yeah, I have one of my winter socks that my mom got me when I went off to college. But my feetsies are very warm. I'm wearing this this hoodie that I got off of Etsy that's so warm on the inside. It's a Taylor Swift Midnights hoodie, because if you didn't know, Midnights is my favorite album. I'm actually back on my midnight listening thing. Like, I feel like I go months of like listening to it, and then I'll like obviously get a little bit tired is not the right word. I just feel like you get used to the sounds, and then when you come back to it, you appreciate it. But it's always a different song that brings me back every single time. So if you know anything about my listening experience with Midnights, two of my least favorite songs up there were Karma and Antihero. One, I didn't like Karma because like the concept of it, I feel like I just didn't really vibe with it, and I was like, whatever, like, no biggie. And then Antihero, to me, is just a little bit, like, weird, you know? I was like, whatever. Like, here's my thing. If you don't vibe with the song, there's no need to bash the song. It's probably just you can't relate to it, or it's just not for you. And I won't even say that Antihero is, like, my least favorite. I would say Snow on the Beach and Karma. Well, guess what I've been listening to? Because it ain't Snow on the Beach and it ain't Antihero. Now, I don't listen to the Karma with Ice Spice. Not for me. Not that version. Just the regular one, I guess I should say. Schmacks. Why am I picturing all the people that have, like, basically, I've had setbacks with this whole process. I listen to it while I'm studying and I'm like, yeah! And my sister was like, you always do this. Like, you always do this with songs where, like, you, like, rediscover a song. And you're like, guess what I've been listening to? Because I did it with In-Game. I had, like, never heard of In-Game. Like, I've heard of it, I guess. But, like, I didn't realize, like, it was actually as schmack as it was. And then during the Super Bowl, I was like, wait, what are these edits? Like, what's the song to this edit? And Callie was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, it's so good. So good. If I had to pick my favorites off of Midnight, my favorite song ever off of Midnight is You're on Your Own Kid. I feel like that's very telling, you know, like, it's fitting. When you look at me, I feel like I'm You're on Your Own Kid type of vibe. And then second, that's what gets me, because there's so many good ones. Like, I didn't like Maroon at first, and then I went through my Maroon phase, but I don't know, it's between like Midnight Rain and like, is it Labyrinth? Yeah. Or there's another one up there that I really like too, and I'm just like, but The Great War, like, I feel like we need to talk about the first set that she has versus, like, I guess the deluxe or whatever you would call it, because, like, genuinely, it's one of my favorite albums ever. We've talked about this. I added it to my list of, like, albums that, like, barely have any skips, and that's a very hard thing to do, because the only thing up there before Midnights was Khaled's album, the American Teenage album. We had Olivia Rodrigo's Sour. We had Bryson Tiller Trap Soul. These are not in order, obviously. But yeah, it got added. I feel like Folklore should probably also be up there. I listened to Folklore a lot during like the hotter, but it was like transitioning to cold. So I guess you would call that the fall. So I'm kind of like over that right now. I've also been listening to Cowboy Like Me. Listen, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no songs on Evermore that are really good. Besides, well, I said that, and at the time, the only song that I listened to up there was, I don't know. I only listened to, like, one song up there, and then I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't be listening to that song. But now I have Evermore, Right Where You Left Me, and Cowboy Like Me. There's probably some others, but I can't really think of it. And Cowboy Like Me, let me tell you, at first I was like, okay, I don't really get it, like, whatever. Then I saw this. I saw this edit of Cass and Anej from Six of Crows. And, like, I literally, like when I hear the song, I just think about them. And like I see it and then I hear it in a whole different light. And I like think of, honestly, I think of like the Chestnut Springs series a little bit. Yeah, and you guys know I just recently read that. But I'm ready to go. I'm gonna let you guys charge up while I eat breakfast and then we'll probably head out. Needs to be quick. I actually can't believe how catch your death it is outside. Like it's genuinely so cold. I made it to the coffee shop. I tried to eat my breakfast. I don't think it's because I'm nervous. I'm blaming it on the cold because my body is just like freaking out today. Like my stomach kind of hurts. I don't know what's going on. So I have a little bit more of my breakfast with me in case I want to eat a snack while I'm on one of my breaks or something. But I'm just going to get my coffee and get started because it's already 9:08. And I just want to go ahead and get started so I can be done by lunch. So I probably won't do any Anki before. We'll see how this works, which in hindsight, I don't even think on test days, like in the past when I'm taking it, I've done Anki. Beforehand, I might have done it a little bit, but I feel like you really do know what you know. So we'll see how this works for me. Okay, let's go inside, order my coffee, and get started. I probably won't vlog this. Why is my camera like not charging? I'll let you guys know how it goes. And then I thought something fun we could do. You know what? I'll talk about that when it's the time. But I probably won't vlog me actually taking it because I want to focus. So I'll see you guys when I'm done. I'll show you my results and then we'll talk through it a little bit more tonight before I like start reviewing. And then I'm planning on doing another type of vlog where I like go through what I learned or what I need to work on at the end of each week and then like highs and lows. I feel like that could be kind of cool to look back on and could be helpful for other people who are studying, for other people who want to start studying, don't know where to start, yada yada yada. So they can see my actual mistakes in somewhat of a real time depending on when I get these vlogs up. Okay, I'm gonna go inside. Wish me luck and I'll see you soon. Guys, I'm done with my test. I just wanted to come on here and say hello. Alexa. Okay. And just tell you that I will never be taking another practice exam not in my house. The testing center, when I go, hopefully it'll be warm. But being out in public while it was cold, I literally think I made myself not feel good by being in the cold for so long. Then I hung out with Caitlin. Right now I'm about to take a nap. I feel like my energy levels are depleted. So we will come back later tonight. Hopefully. It's 3:40. I have to do a little bit tonight. A little bit more because it's still Friday. Like I can't just stop studying because I don't feel good. But I'm going to lay down in my bed and just suck in some warmth. And then we'll go over what it was like for me to do a full chemistry section and a full cars section. And you guys already saw my results. They're pretty similar to what I've been getting, and I'll explain with cars why I'm not as worried as like I probably should be. I'm really not worried about any of them because I've been telling myself it's the very beginning, yada yada yada. But I was just so cold. I think that I just stopped caring a little bit. I'm taking my gummies because my nose hurts from how much mucus it produced. And that 3, actually I've been out of the house since 9 and it's 3:42. I'm about to put on my emotional sweatshirt, get in the bed, watch some TV, might read a little. Okay, y'all don't care about this. I'm gonna go and I'll see you later tonight to discuss results and do a little bit more work and then end the vlog. Taking these though because I don't know, like can the coldness make you do that? I'm gonna have to do some research because maybe I was never fully, better because I was sick, but I'm back. It's very late at night. It's, well, not very late, but we will be staying up until I can take NyQuil. I'm about to take this Tylenol, severe cold and flu. I need to hurry up and take it because I have to wait at least 4 hours. I'll probably wait 5 before I can take NyQuil. Because as you can guess, I don't feel the greatest. And like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I've been like in and out of sickness and I just don't understand it. But let's take this and then I'll tell you guys about my test experience, which obviously was a little bit warped because of this. I'll be back once I can get this open because it doesn't want to get open. I'm back after 50 million hours and then I just gave up and stabbed it with a pen. Is that healthy? I think that had some of the paper on it. I went to bed last night really early. I took melatonin, as you guys saw previously. Had a great night's sleep. My sleep score was at like an 87, 2 points away from the highest it's ever been. Woke up feeling well rested, nourished, great. Keep in mind, all day today, I've had in the back of my mind that it's supposed to snow. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go out early, get my test did, hang out with Caitlin, come home before it snows. And then I also was like, kind of like worried about my brother on the road driving. He left today, so very sad about that. I officially don't have the crew. So he like came in my room, said goodbye. I was already up though, so it's not like he disrupted my sleep. And yeah, I talked to you guys, I got ready, I went into the coffee shop. I'm sitting down. I noticed it's really cold in there, but I was like, you know what, maybe I'm just cold from the outside. I'm sitting there, I'm taking my test, I'm starting my chemistry. About 30 minutes in, so out of an hour and 35 minutes, 30 minutes in, I'm sniffling like crazy. I have to pause my exam, I think halfway, and like go blow my nose in the bathroom. Like, it is so cold. I feel so bad too when I'm out in public ever since COVID, because I'm like, I don't want people to think that I went out places sick. But I was not. You guys heard me this morning. I did not sound congested. I was not sniffling before. I felt very much fine, but I don't know what it was about sitting in there. And what made it worse is I would have left after my chemistry and physics section if I had not made plans with Caitlin to work there together. So she comes at about 10:30 and I'm just like doing bad. Like, when she came, I had probably about 20-ish questions left of chemistry, and yeah, I think she could just tell because I was like, I'm so cold, I'm so cold. So about 2 questions into my car section, I was like, I can't do this. So I closed my computer, I closed my iPad, and I kind of am just like internally freaking out because I like, part of me kind of wants to go home and like take medicine. I was like, but obviously I made plans with Caitlin, so I don't just want to like up and leave her or whatever. And like, she had just got back because she forgot her AirPods. So I was really like, oh no, like what am I going to do? Because like, she just sat down. Like, she went back home, got her AirPods because I told her I was still going to be there for a while. And then she just sat down. So I'm just kind of like sitting there in the cold, like staring off into space. And she like notices. She's like, let's go somewhere else. We go to another coffee shop. I finish up. In this other coffee shop, it's still cold, but at least I'm like in an open area and like I stopped sniffling so much, but like I'm still like freezing, so I start to feel like really bad. I finish up cars, we go and get lunch Caitlin wanted to go to Texas Roadhouse. They were closed, so we went to Red Robin, and in Red Robin they had the heat turned up. I feel like myself again. My nose is completely like open, like I just feel like myself. Like, I'm still a little bit tired and my nose is sore, but like other than that I feel fine. I get some food in me, I'm feeling great. We leave, I get back home, I get in the bed. I guess when you're like having fun with other people, you don't really realize like how bad you truly feel. I get home, I like sit down for a second. I'm like, I don't feel the best, like at all. I was like, I'm going to take a nap and then I'm going to get up and study. Right now, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I probably feel like 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. I would say like a 7, maybe a 6.5, 7. So I don't feel awful, but I don't feel 100%. So that's why I took the medicine. And I have to still study because I feel like if reviewing all of these questions this week taught me one thing, I feel like you need to review them kind of quickly to get the best out of it. I feel like in the past, I was kind of like not reviewing them as soon as I like finished testing and stuff like that. So maybe that like contributed to just like difficulty with understanding things, and like which ultimately led to me not getting the score that I wanted. But nonetheless, so my plan for tonight, it's 7:21 right now. I have to stay up until I can take the NyQuil. I love taking NyQuil because, as you guys know, I have trouble falling asleep anyway. So if I can take a medicine that helps me go to sleep and just kind of puts my mind and everything at ease while also aiding my body while it's clearly fighting something, then yeah, I really just think it's because I'm cold. I kind of reverse all the progress that I made with being not feeling good. But yeah, I learned a few lessons today. I don't think that I'll take another full length outside of my house. Noise was not the issue. I just think like I wanted to get up and like kind of stretch after like one of the sections was done, which you can do in an MCAT center. I look crazy in the coffee shop. Are you printing from the bathroom? I also couldn't I just felt like I couldn't really be myself on top of sniffling. Like if I was at home and that happened, I would have taken a second, gotten some medicine, and then got back to it. But I felt like I had to keep stopping. But I still feel like I got the true, like, experience of the first half of the exam. Other than me, like, changing locations, there wasn't any super duper long breaks. Besides the 10-minute break that you get in between, which I didn't use up the full 10 minutes. I normally do, like, a good 9. But, yeah. So let's talk about the actual exam. Chemistry. There was definitely some sections, which we'll go over. Some of them where I was just like, what the heck is going on? You guys saw my percentages. For chemistry, I got a 44%. The average person got a 61%. Now you might be thinking, dang, Erica, you should feel so bad. But I don't. Because low-key, it's exactly like a little bit of halfway, which is what I've been getting on all my practices. And I'm going to put these scores into like an MCAT score calculator so we can see what like percentage I would have gotten on the exam. Keep in mind, chemistry physics is my section that I'm most insecure about and normally not that good at. To be completely honest with you guys, and remember, if we're doing this whole honesty thing, let's not be mean about it, okay? Because I'm being open, I'm being honest in 2025. I normally sit at about a 120 to a 122 range. When I really do good, I get a 124. And the highest section I've ever seen myself, or the highest number I've ever seen myself score in a chemistry physics, I think was a 125. So I'm going to put in the number of questions that I got right into the calculator and we'll see where we sit. I feel like if it's above a 120, I'll be happy, but at the same time, I'm just happy I completed it because today was rough for a lot of reasons. So out of 59 questions, I got 26 right. And according to this MCAT calculator, that's a 122. I know you guys might be thinking, why is she geeking out? Because y'all don't understand. At least we're getting somewhere. Now let's see what the cars. I got 33 wrong though, so we need to work on that. And then for cars, I got a 44 or 48%. Why does it say 40? 44% on chemistry, 48% on cars. For cars, I got 26 out of 28, right? I did one extra problem in cars, but we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. Because it was either I could do 49, I think it was like 44 or 54 for UWorld, because like depending on how much you've done, you can't really choose like the number of questions. You can choose the number, but it also gives you like the number that it wants, if that makes sense. I forgot how many I'm not doing well. Maybe I should go to bed, but I'm not. 26 correct. Oh, I got 26 and 26. What are the odds? That's a 121 in cars. We can do better. One time I got a 128 in cars, and that's the highest I've ever seen. I've seen a 128 in all of them except for chemistry physics, but I'm pretty sure 128 has been the max. So there's work to be done, and like I need to remember this for next time, so I'm gonna screenshot it because next weekend we'll do the biochem and the psych soc. Yeah, let's go through. We'll start with chemistry. Let's go through what I missed and let's just see kind of like the breakdown for UWorld. I can't show you guys because I'm pretty sure there's like a social media policy, but I'll just talk you through it. So it gave me the breakdown is 22 questions for general chemistry, 17 questions for organic chemistry, and 20 questions for physics. I'm not going to say that this is an accurate take. I feel like there'll be more general chemistry, but you never know. Like, it's good to be equipped in all fields. But the breakdown of the AAMC material, let's look that up. It says 30% general chemistry, 25% biochemistry, 25% physics, and then 15% general chemistry, 5% biology. So that's why I said I feel like there'll be a little bit more of the general chemistry, and there were 22, but there was also 20 of the physics. So maybe that's right, because like it was 30 and then 25, but I still just feel like there'll be more, or according to the AAMC, there should be more in general chemistry. Now, in general chemistry, I got 11 correct and 11 incorrect, so 50%. We could do better. What did I miss the most in? I got the most incorrect in thermodynamics and kinetic and gas laws, facts. And then next, I missed about 38% in solutions and electrochemistry was the next section that I missed the most in. And I got 38% incorrect. And then in interactions of chemical substances, I got 100% correct, but they only asked one question. So that's the breakdown for that. Next, organic chemistry. I missed the most in Introduction to Organic Chemistry. I don't even know what that entails, but I missed 86% of the questions. So out of 7 questions total, I got 6 incorrect. So should probably pay attention to that. And then the other ones I'm not that concerned about. Out of 5 questions for both of the other sections, I got 2 incorrect. So it's 60-40. And those sections were separation techniques, spectral analysis and analytic methods, and then functional groups and their reactions. Which, when I say I'm not that worried, I mean I'm not going to go out and like seek videos, but like just review the questions. And it also depends on like what exactly I miss. Like if I didn't understand the concept at all, obviously I need to figure that out. For organic chemistry, out of 17 questions, I got 10 incorrect. And then for physics, out of 20 questions, I got 12 incorrect. So I should probably most definitely work on physics. And the most that I got wrong in this category was electrostatics and circuits. They only asked me 1 question on fluids, and I got that correct, but I know for a fact that I don't really know what's going on with fluids. Apparently, I don't know what's going on with electrostatics and circuits. Mechanics and energy, I was 50-50, and then light and sound, I was 2 and 4. So that's the breakdown for chemistry. But I remember when I was taking it, the first 2 sections, I was like, dude, what is this? And now I get to see. The first passage, I'm trying to remember if it was bad. Let me see. No, the first passage wasn't bad. Low key though, I really feel like it's the way that they ask questions. Oh, I had the right answer for this one, but I overthought it. Didn't get that one at all. Yeah, this one, I was like, what the heck? What do you classify this passage as? Solutions in electrochemistry. There was definitely times though when I was taking this chemistry exam where I could tell that the chemistry questions that I reviewed and did this past week definitely helped me out. So I do think that that is a good way to continue to study, but obviously I might need to do some of my problem areas that it's telling me instead of just doing like a whole section. Maybe I'll select problem areas in each one, which will be brutal but helpful. Next, with cars. Now this is where things went kind of downhill for me, and I'm actually surprised I did the duties of an older sister. Okay, back to it. Really surprised that I did as well as I did in cars because of my nose. I kind of gave up though at question 38 because I was running out of time, so I chose from the 3 passages which one I would do, and I did the last passage. And out of 6 questions, I got 4 of them right. And of the ones that I literally guessed on and didn't really read, I got 1, 2 right. But out of the other ones, I think I did pretty decent. Like, actually, this little from 14 to 17, I missed every single last one of those, so that could be better. I think for cars, I just need to work on my timing, which we know, and I've been working on, like, pulling stuff out, and I feel like that showed, and now my timing just needs to get better, so maybe a little bit this week, instead of just doing 2, I'll start with 3, and then try to, like, consistently be able to do half, because that's what else I was gonna say. In chemistry, I finish on time, and it's never happened before, so I think doing 30, so that's like equivalent to half, has really been helping my case, so I need to start doing that with cars. But it was just hard to do that when I literally didn't know how to do it. But now I feel like I have a good strategy going. So let's look at the cars breakdown. Out of 54 questions, I got 26 correct, 28 incorrect. So almost half. And then they do give you a breakdown. I had 29 questions in humanities. I got 15 correct, 13 incorrect. And then for social science, I got 10 correct, 15 incorrect. I don't know if those were the ones towards the end, but I felt like, I can't even explain it to you guys. It was a combination of like not having stamina to like go into going in was like torturous for me, feeling bad, being cold, just kind of a winter storm. So I'm actually really proud of myself for persevering, but obviously I'm not going to stop here. So that's my breakdown. What I'm going to do for the rest of the night is finish my psych soc reviews, because I stopped on like question 15, I think, yesterday. Or I don't even know what question I stopped on, but I'm gonna finish those, and then I'm gonna try to do majority of the cars, but I am going to be trying to take it easy because I don't really enjoy feeling like this and trying to work. Oh, I stopped on 24, so I have about half of them left to do for psych soc. So that's what we're going to be doing, but my head does hurt. I took out this earlier, if you can see me unpacking. This was the snack that I packed for myself at the coffee shop, and as you can see, I didn't eat it. So I'll probably eat that. I have 1 more Snickers from last night that I like saved for myself while I was working. Didn't eat that, but this is what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, let's get to work. I just need, like, several business days. I really need to work on my stamina, though, with cars. And that's going to be painful, because reading 2 passages, like, when I'm on the second one, I'm like, thank God. And you're telling me I have to do 9, so eventually I need to work myself up to 5. I feel like 5 would be great. I would say 4, but, like, you know, strive for the stars. Even if you fall, you land on the moon. That whole thing. To be honest with you guys, I'm probably going to sit here for a second before I start. What time is it? 7:42. I feel like this is the bad part of MCAT studying that just sucks. Being sick and still having to push through. I really want to be an academic warrior right now, but the more that I sit here, the more that I get that feeling that I get when I'm sick. Like the body aches. Like, part of me is like, take your tail to bed. I'm like shaking. I need to give it up. Like, take care of yourself, or else you won't be able to take care of yourself later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anyone else told me that they were feeling like this, I'd be like, girl or guy, boo. The test is still finna be there tomorrow. But, like, the fact that I took the Tylenol cold and feel like, and I can't take the NyQuil, I'm like, I'm just not feeling hot right now, and I kind of want to cry about it. Like, I actually kind of want to combust into tears right now. Yeah, I'm about to give up, guys. I feel so sad, though. Did I make myself sick by... Can you even make yourself sick by being in the cold? Like, is that a thing? Not me studying for a medical school entry exam and being like, can you make yourself sick by being in the cold? And about to Google it. I saw this one TikTok of this guy being like, we're way too comfortable with Google. I agree. Can being in the cold for hours make you sick? Yes. Being in the cold for too long can make you sick, but not from a cold or the flu. Prolonged exposure to cold temperatures can lead to hypothermia, a dangerous condition where your body temperature drops too low and affects your brain. Mom, do I have hypothermia?
What is hypothermia?
When you're cold for too long. It says that being in the cold for too long can make you sick, and I feel so bad right now. Like, I should go to bed, but
How much longer you got to study? Or some?
No, thank you.
How much longer
I
you got
don't
to
know.
study?
I was just going to study until, like, 12.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be?
Did you go check on your sister?
Yeah, I called her.
What'd she say?
She's going to call her RA. I'm going to do 30 minutes and see how I feel. And then if I still feel okay, then I'll do another 30 minutes. But genuinely, I just feel like my body...
Tomorrow, you don't have to get up. You don't have anywhere to go. So if you want to take a nap, I would go ahead and take me a nap.
But I'm not... You're not understanding me. I'm not tired. My body literally hurts right now. Like, I kind of want to cry.
Why does your body hurt?
Oh, let me ask her. Let me ask. Hey, Bookie, why are you in pain? I think this is literally how I feel before I get, like, actually sick, though. So I'm, like, kind of concerned.
I told you. When I don't feel good, I rest.
Have you ever had to take a big exam?
Sure I have.
I don't know. Sadly, I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm not feeling the greatest, and even though I make jokes, I think I'm gonna try to put my health first for once. So if I feel better, maybe I'll do a vlog tomorrow about all of the reviewing and catching up that I have to do. But if not, well, good luck, Charlie. I'll see you guys when I see you, though. Thank you for watching. Hope you'll watch the next video. Bye. And I hope that I feel better, guys. Bye. Good soup.